It's a day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. This is Kingdom Entrepreneurship, and today we continue with our discussion that we started last Tuesday on parenting. Now, on this program, we are discussing on forms of investment, which is a little bit different from the way people, think of it. We are trying to digress from the norm, and the kind of investment or the nature of investment we've been discussing in this program is where we invest in our children, not necessarily for them. There are parents out there, and we know, quite unfortunate, they invested heavily for their children and they forgot to invest in them, which is the most important form of investment. Bring a child in the way he or she should go, and when they are of age, they'll never get out of that path. And today we continue this program, and our guests in our studio is Pastor and Mercy, and this is a couple, and I like this couple because they don't just talk about out of theoretical issues. They have a personal experience. They brought children from day one even to being adults, and today they are blessed with 2 adults and 1 teenager who's at home. And they also told me they have another young one that is reminding them, wazee hukumbuka. And so, karibu sana, Pastor, in our studios. And you have an apostolic mission.
Yeah.
And God has called you in many areas. And of late, I started discerning and seeing on social media and even through some of the programs that you're doing in other TV stations.
Yes.
You're so much into parenting, and when I saw that, I felt this is the area that you have never touched. It is a time bomb that has always been waiting for you, and I think the world is waiting for you.
Oh, thank you, Pastor.
You have a message for this world, especially with parenting.
Thank you.
So, karibu kwa studio. You can say hi to our viewers and introduce Mercy, your wife.
Thank you, our viewers. My name is Apostle Paul Dongo. Welcome to Champions TV. As we continue with our topic today, we started last Tuesday. We believe you continue together with my wife. I like her saying she likes saying her name.
Mercy is my name, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, karibuni sana. There is a definition here that is given about parenting, and I know you can attest to it as an expert in this area, that parenting entails the provision of a conducive environment for the growth and development of a child to full potential, and facilitates the creation of the social ecosystem, combining all the aspects of development, spiritual and also physical. And in our last program, for those who watched, we touched on some of those areas. And today, we want, before we go to our main topic, just to get back and discuss a bit for 5 minutes on issues of talent development, because that was the topic of our last discussion. And because today we want to also look at parenting in a digital age. But just for the sake of those viewers who are not there, you can just give us a brief introduction of what we did last time about talents, investing in our talents, or designing the talents in our children, and extracting those talents within them.
Yeah, it's very, very important, as what we said last Tuesday, about discovering the talents in your children. Some of them, they may be the best footballers in the world. Some people are frustrated because we want them to get an A in school. They did not go to school, they were not wired to books, but they were wired in a different way, their talents. God has put so much energy in them that they can be able to run for 3 hours, a marathon. And you cannot be able to run even for 10 minutes, some of us. And that is something we should not ignore. When you hear your child is telling you, I love the way he learns. Think about it. If there are some who even tell you as early as they are 3 years, Mom, buy me a ball. Dad, buy me a ball. Listen to what he says. Maybe that is where God has wired him, and that is a gift that is in that child. That when he sees a ball being kicked like this, he sees his well. You see? And you are seeing the child, you must get me a name. But I always tell parents, check what you got before you ask for a name. I keep on saying, you also listen to the child. The best thing to grow up with a child is to know what makes him to be excited. I at times see children who love swimming. There are people God has wired, and there are good medals and a lot of wealth for them just through swimming through the waters. And some of us, like me, when you tell to use water, I always trust one water. The one that is normally in a basin and a shower. The rest I leave to others when I'm baptizing. So there are things that I always tell people. When you find even a child loves swimming, go with them swimming. Even if you are not a swimmer. Even if there is a football match, and the child is interested. Well, If you find the girl is interested in the kitchen, take her to the kitchen. Buy her an apron. You know, there are children you may find they are very good. You know, they are very good in making some funny things. You know, I have a child who makes funny things. She can make any pancake, she can make your bread with the crumbs or whatever. No, I like watching her. You will see end up being a chef. We need people in the kitchen. But we have to give them that environment, as we keep on saying. A child or what needs is an environment and discovering the talent. Because once you discover the talent, work with the child. Don't ignore the talent. Because that one doesn't need anything else. That one requires just an environment. Because that one is in them. Because what she just said, Psalm 5:1-3, God has put something in all of us. And when we discover that thing that is in a person, go with that person. There are others who end up being the best mechanics. They are young children, you even find them, they are under your car. You know, you didn't wonder what are they looking for. Because they won't want you to be a mechanic. Don't just tell them, no, don't do that. I always say, if you discover your child is interested in cars, always give the child a car, tell him, there is something you are trying to nurture in that child. Because by the end of the day, they end up being an engineer. So don't ignore the talents our children have. Anytime you buy a toy and they dismantle it and they try to bring it back, realize here there is another talent I have not seen.
Right.
That's how you can be able even to help your child. When they come to tell you, and I want to choose some subject and I want to do this career, you will check how strong are they. And that's how we are able to advise our children. If you're not strong in mathematics, don't try that direction. If you're not strong in this, don't go that direction. Because the talents, they also speak themselves. Even without the teacher, most times they speak.
They speak out.
They speak out. So you have to have a very good ear to balance. And the other thing is, every talent, give it its time to grow.
Thank you, Pastor, for that wonderful brief. We are just trying to recap what we discussed on talent, and I thought it is important because it's a continuation. Mercy. Now, we are parenting our children in a digital age. Is it a curse or a blessing?
It's a blessing. It's a great blessing. We are growing. But again, it's important to see how you raise your child even in the midst of this gadget. Gadgets are a blessing, and they have made us to go very far. Like right now, whatever we are doing right now is because of the digital space that is available. Otherwise, maybe we have been forced to do so many things to be able to air this, you know. And so it is a digital world, it is a digital space. Let's make use of the gadgets in the right way and balance, you know, balance the digital space that we have and the gadgets that we have so that we may use them for our good and to enhance the growth that is expected, because these children need to see these things, these children need to handle these things and manipulate these things. Otherwise, if we do not do that, then again we'll be lagging behind.
Wow, that is it. The key word I got there is balancing.
Yes.
There's a place I normally go for a cup of tea just within our neighborhood. And I've been observing a lady who works in that particular hotel. She has been allowing her child, just about 3 years old, just to be with her phone. And perhaps I don't know whether it's right, because unaona mtoto anacheza na simu there like a whole hour.
Now, there's some danger, and it's good that you have mentioned that, because most of us, especially the young parents, are finding a way of engaging their children with these phones.
That is the one.
Yeah?
Babysitting
With these phones. So that child will be just there running the games, doing the music, doing anything, because you want to engage yourself in other things that will catch them for as long as you want. But I think again we are missing it, because this child needs to grow holistically. There are other areas you can engage this child that are fruitful, that are going to bring the best out of this child. Because if a 3-year-old stays with a phone an hour, at 2 hours, and 3 hours, and it's going on, and you don't even know what they are watching, you just give them a phone, they are flipping through the channels, flipping through the games, it is not the right thing. I think we need to monitor and see exactly what they are doing, and really have time for everything. Have time for everything. Otherwise, we are going to raise couch potatoes. They just want to sit with the gadget and nothing else. And life is not just about that. Life entails cleaning, doing chores, being sent to the shop, being engaged in the kitchen. I mean, a whole life person is what we want to raise. But when we raise them in another way, we just want them to be in the gadgets or using the gadgets in the name of engaging them, then we may be missing it.
So as Pastor also mentioned about life skills development.
Yes.
So you're saying technology can also be a disservice
It can be.
to life skill development.
Exactly.
He talked about baking cakes,
Yes.
children being able to do some house chores,
Yes.
which is part of development,
Yes.
investing in them. And so as much as ICT or digital age is a blessing, it can also be a curse if it's not properly managed and moderated. And I hope our parents out there are really learning something. Now, Pastor, back to you.
Yes.
As a minister of the gospel, do you think that this issue of ICT or technology exposure or too much exposure has contributed to moral degradation? We have cases of young girls who are said to be pregnant during this time. Would it have contributed too much exposure or unmoderated exposure to ICT or to these gadgets, as she has mentioned?
I think that one goes with the times. We cannot change the times we are living. No, we can't. And we cannot go back to those old days.
Yeah.
When if I wanted to make a phone, I have to go to Thika.
Wait a minute. Is it a booth? Is it a booth where we used to queue
Yeah.
Just to queue.
and go through the
Yeah.
someone?
Or in the whole village is only the chief who has got a phone. So if somebody is to call, we cannot go to those days. So we have to accept our days.
Somebody called it old by your God. Or by your usage. Yeah,
So we have to live our days,
Yes.
but we have to ask for wisdom.
Wisdom.
Because everything, not only they are not only destroying children,
Yeah.
even mature people.
Right?
There is a big problem. I don't see it only in children, because children do what we do. Children do what we do.
Yes, it's a photocopy.
If they find that all your time you spend all of your time on the phone, don't look for anything else. Exactly. That's what they are going to do. They are not even discovering what you don't know. It is you. If it is internet, it's you have shown them how
Even
to
if
do
you tell them
internet.
what to do and you are doing it.
You are doing it.
So if you okay.
So technology, we are in those days. So we have to have wisdom
Yeah.
and a very balanced way. Even in that phone, even if your house has got Wi-Fi or where they are, always tell them this site, I don't want to see you in that site. I don't most of the time give your child a gadget to go and hide, and especially this young age. See what they are doing with your gadget. You see? Because if you are able to follow what they are doing, let there also be time. Like in our house, there is no way we can allow our children, even the ones who are at home right now, they cannot pick a phone before 9 to do what? Nobody is calling
In
them.
the morning.
Yes.
Okay.
So they don't. And then after their breakfast is over, maybe they get another 30 minutes. So even if they have to play those games, because we are not in the farms that you send our children, waende shamba, mkatafute maji, everything is around there. So you find why they are going to the nearest thing is what they know. But I have also discovered the other side of this thing is helping children.
Okay.
There are children who are really improving their grammar.
Okay.
They know the sites. Yeah, they don't know the sites where to improve their grammar. I have seen, let me talk of what, I have seen my young daughter. She's so much in the Bibles. And the thing she's always telling me, I want to read something in the Superbook. I didn't know what it was
There's
Superbook.
something called super.
Superbook.
Yeah.
A Superbook
Is
is
an app,
an app
Okay.
for the Sunday school children,
Right.
where they are taught the Bible. Others they go to, you have just what we need to be very sure is the sites
The sites.
they are visiting.
They are visiting.
Because you can also go to your phone and log some sites
Yeah.
that they cannot be able to access.
So we will take a break, and I think this discussion is taking a very interesting direction. And parenting in a digital world, and what we are learning is that we've got to do it in a structured manner. We cannot just parent in an amorphous environment. We have to make sure that we manage our parenting within this age. And as Pastor has said, it is a blessing to live in this time. We can't desire to go back to Kariadu's age. What will do by our God? And we need to thank God for technology. Even with these times of COVID,
Yeah.
we are using technology even to reach out to our members. And these are great blessings. So a short break and we'll be back. Please make sure you remain there. We are back again. This is program about parenting. and we are learning how to invest in our children, and it's a form of investment. And the discussion today is about parenting in a digital age. And from the discussions we've had before we went for a break, we realized that we need to structure our parenting in this age. That even as we allow our children to play around with their gadgets, we have to do it in a structured manner. And we have also discovered from our panelists that technology is also a blessing, and it can also be a curse, depending on how you use it. So, come back again, and I hope you are learning something. In case you want to interact with us, there are numbers appearing on the screen. You can always call us, and we want to hear your feedbacks. And even at the end of this program, our guests will also give their numbers, so that in case you want to engage them for some interaction for parenting, even consultation. It may not necessarily be a big gathering because of the COVID-19 restrictions. You could also call them for personalized parenting consultation, and I hope they are ready. So, Karibu Pastor, and I'll start with Mercy. The question was, we discussing about digital age, parenting at digital age, and we noted a few challenges, and also there are also benefits within it. How can you use digital age to invest in our children, or to enhance developing our children? Because you're still discussing on investing in our children, and also parenting in a digital age. What are the benefits of this age, and how can you use this digital technology to invest in our children?
Right. Thank you very much. Yes, the digital space or the digital world that has come is a blessing. I take it as a blessing, and as you have said, it's important that we balance. Exposing these children to these gadgets is important when it comes from home, because you are going to show them how to go about it before they learn from outside. So you are in investing in them and putting into them the right values, what to go to, what not to go to. Let the basic and the foundation information come from the parent. Don't deny them, because even if we deny them, they'll get them from a neighbor's child, they'll get them in a school, they'll get them elsewhere, and they'll get them in the wrong way. So it is important, and show them, yes, digital world is good. The gadgets are good because we are using them. Anybody without a phone right now is really not very well put, because they are not able to communicate with the people or use the sites that are supposed to be used in the phone properly. So it is important that they know these things, but they know the right way of putting them, and they also know the consequences of not using the gadgets properly. I like it that when I thank God, from the time we started raising our children, and we knew we have a television, and in the television there are all manner of programs. But from the word go, and I have seen this work very well, we told them, this program, this program, this program, we shall not be airing it in our house. And they know it. And even when a neighbor would come, or a visitor would come and sit with us, and they take the remote and probably switch to that station or that program, they would say, no, we don't watch this here. So it's important to embrace the digital world, but also put down the rules and the regulations, and discuss with them, because some of these children at their age, they are not supposed to be imposed for rules. They are supposed to discuss with them and show them the pros and cons, so that they are able to use the gadgets in the right way. If anything, these gadgets have helped learning very easy even today. These children are helping us even maneuver through these things. I don't know so many things, but I call my youngest daughter, come help me with this, and within no time they are able to help me out. And so again, it's important again to show them that there is the wrong side of it, and we should get away from it, and there are consequences for doing ABC.
That is powerful. That we need to build a system of self-regulation in them.
Yes.
That even if we don't do that, a neighbors, they will get it from a neighbor's place. So the basic is to have a system, a software, the way you install a computer program, and the computer is able to operate. And I think that is very powerful. Very powerful, and it's like you're saying, the way I'm getting, and they're quoting someone somewhere, that it's like they are born with the digital technology within them. Coded with technology.
Yes.
Because some of the things they do on their phone, like when you are stuck, they'll come and do it.
Very easy.
You know, it's like they are born coded with this technology, unlike our times. And you also mentioned about television, that you have to do it in a regulated manner. I think the issue here is to make sure that we install a self-government within our children. So, pastor, as a pastor, how do we, because this program is going to be watched by so many pastors, because Champions TV is also a program that targets also Christians. Now, how can you advise, or as a pastor, how do you ensure that we install the values in our children, because we are discussing about investing in them, that will make them to be self-regulated or self-disciplined, as she has said?
Yes, our main thing we are talking about investing in them. Work with the journey with them. Immediately the gadgets there is in the house. If it comes in the house, be it a TV, be it a computer, can you get some time to be with them? If they see what you love the next 3 months, that is what they will love. That is what they will love. If they see you love lesson, you always see them now looking at the dads and the mom's program. There is a very popular program nowadays called Maria.
Oh, yes.
Maria.
Yes.
Because the mothers and the fathers love Maria. The children love Maria.
Yes.
Okay. Even when you have these gadgets, they go where you go. Because they want to see what you see. And that is why we should, number one, as a generation we are living in, let us embrace technology. Because I've discovered out of technology, I don't need to go to Nairobi. If I need a shirt, I just need to buy it online, and the shirt will be delivered to me. I have got stuff, including even that tank. That tank is from a deliver. It was delivered. I bought it on the phone. I saw it on the phone. I bought it online, and it was delivered online. I don't even know who made it. So we are in the days that we have to embrace what God has given us at this time. Because every time, every season, God brings something new in the world. But you should embrace it. You see, it is like saying now, the government of Kenya has decided to put electricity in every home. There are places you go, you really say, these people, they are still in mud houses. When you tell them now, can you remove the grass so that we put the mabati because of electricity? They don't understand. We cannot be like that. We cannot put electricity in a glass thatch house. Itachomeka. So there is a way that we can bring and harmonize these gadgets and technology. I don't need now to go to America so much. But if I want to learn something in America, I just need to go online. So as men of God, this is one of the best gadgets I've seen. This is the best gadget that I've seen. You can reach your members within 2 minutes. You can get a software, you can send them a message of encouragement. Like this time of COVID, it is one gadget that has really helped us. I have come to understand through this gadget. In our church, we are normally about 100 or 80 when everybody is back, apart from this season, where we have reduced up to a position of 49. But I have seen that I am able at times to be followed by about 400 people who cannot sit in our church. But I can still reach them through the Word of God. There is a program we are doing. And because of technology, I think by last night there is a program we did. And we found we reached about 10,000. We have been able because of technology. So there is one man of God who said this, and he's a great man. He has a very big church. I will not quote his name. But he said he has discovered technology is good when it is embraced and used in the right way. He said in his church, the maximum he can sit, because he has a big church, is 3,500. But he has discovered he has even members all over, even in Europe. Nowadays he's reaching over 50,000 people. I don't know, I've never sat in Texas, in TB Jakes' church, but I'm a member of his church. Through technology. I am a member of a particular church in Nairobi through technology. You see, I can do my business comfortably. Even the government is saying, because of what is happening on this season, this age we don't want to allow you in our office. We are not going to sack you, but we allow you to use
the government platform.
The government platform. You work from your house, but deliver. My son is young, and he's working from his house because we have discovered most companies, they are not having all that big space. They have got limited space. So we cannot kick out this. So what we need to tell our children, there are things that we can do that are very important to us using this gadget, and the importance of the gadget. When you tell somebody the good side of something, they are able to keep the boundaries. What we need to do is that word. Let us have boundaries in life.
Yeah.
You see?
But I like your argument and your perspective to the same, that you don't start by just the negative.
Yeah.
Let's show the children the benefits, and you have really outlined so many of them, including being able to reach more people, pastors being able to get to reach to greater congregation, buying things online,
Yeah.
even our children being able to do business online,
Yes.
and even to study online.
Yes.
In fact, that is where we are headed.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, January may not be a date when it may not be a possibility that perhaps all our children will go back to class.
Correct.
Maybe their schools are to be encouraged to do online. We don't know, but I like your positive attitude towards this, even as a pastor.
Yeah.
Because I've realized out there, and there are many pastors who are very positive.
But I would
But
like to say this.
there are a number who are not.
Even as I interject,
Yes.
I'm one person who really fought.
Mm.
Actually, when Facebook was introduced, I'm one pastor who preached.
You fought against
Oh
it,
my
you are
God.
for it.
I was on fire.
On fire.
I
Against
talked
it.
very bad things.
Yes.
I spoke bad things.
So you have undergone metamorphosis.
I did not know.
Yes. One day you did it.
I did not know is that I could not afford
Yeah.
the phone that was being used and understand the technology.
Yes.
Because my phone was the one that you only have the numbers
Kamrika.
and it's black.
Yeah.
But after I've grown, because that time is when our children were teenagers. Because I thought when you're on Facebook, you're only evil. But as I have grown, because it's good to understand the days and learn the days, I decided I cannot beat them. I would better join them.
Join them.
So I joined Facebook in 2012 to understand what goes on Facebook. I found all the great preachers that I love
They are
in
there.
Facebook.
They are
I said,
there.
this is the platform,
Yes.
and I'm not leaving. Even when that, because at times we find your page, people are putting dirty things. I still continue and say, I'm not quitting.
Yeah.
I'm not quitting unless I decide to take a personal break.
Yeah.
I'm not quitting because I realize this platform, oh my God, it's only that I did not understand it in the beginning. So I'm also one person who fought in the beginning. But it's also good to resist. But when you accept fully.
Great.
So I accept technology now, and I'm ready to move, and I know the boundary. You see? Because there is another boundary you have to put to your children.
Yes.
Don't use your phone when you go to sleep. Always make sure you know where their phones are, unless they are teenagers. Because our teenagers at times they don't sleep. I mean, they don't sleep.
They become digital runners, night
You
runners.
really try to with the child, around the morning, what is happening? But the child, because there is Wi-Fi in the house, the whole night was on the phone. So you have really to know, to tell them, at this hour, at 9 in our house,
Yes.
the phones are normally off. And the children know where they keep their phones. So they say, okay, until tomorrow, good night. I think the boundaries are the ones
Yeah.
you have to name.
We are back on the issue of a structured environment.
Yes.
Even with the issue of digital, whatever technology, we do it in a very structured environment.
Correct.
Other than just in an amorphous environment. There
Yes.
are parents who are just careless, they are not aware what their children are doing with their phones.
Yes.
But what is the future of education and digital? Because we are still only investing in our children.
Yes.
And it's quite unlikely that COVID will be out of this place. It might be with this for some time. And we are praying that God will manage the situation along the way, and things will come back to normal. But in the meantime, what is the future of technology in the current circumstances in the education sector?
Yes, the education sector is one sector that is a big place, a big space for learning, and learning from whatever age, the youngest age to the elder people. And I think it's a very important thing for us to embrace digital learning fully and not make it for such a group or such a group or such a group, but embrace it fully, because that's the way to go. Even if we go back to the physical classes, I don't think we are going to leave that aside. We shall go with the digital classes or the digital learning, because it has helped us in various and many ways. We are able to download lessons, learn even from universities that are very far away, and help these children, because actually this is their world, this is the world that they are in, this is their reality. They are able to maneuver and manipulate these gadgets from an early age. Yeah, they are able to get into class, paste copy and paste a lesson or answers to the teacher you see, and post to the teacher, you see. So it's very important that we have the positivity of taking this together, and even the government should, whatever that plan that was for every child to have that laptop. I think that is they had seen far, and I pray that they would go back and be able to make this happen, because we are getting others advantage and others disadvantage. I tell you for sure that if every child had that gadget right now, we wouldn't even be eager to go back to classes. But we are feeling, and I know that's why even it was said, we will start learning from where we stopped, because some schools have moved on, but others are still behind. A class 7 child in another school is still where they were left, but another one,
and many of them,
majority actually, but others have moved on. The syllabus is over, but because we are not all at par, then that one will happen. But by all means, we need to embrace it, bring it into our classes, let the teachers have this into them, embrace it positively, and also have the children enjoy them, just like the books that we have enjoyed reading physically. May we also be able to make this happen for every child.
I think you are making some recommendations to the stakeholders in the education sector.
That's right.
To equalize access to ICT, access to digital platforms.
That's
and
right.
I think you have said that if this thing was implemented, it's in the mobile, it's in
Yes,
the laptops.
yes, the laptop.
The class 1 laptop. I wish it was scaled through up to high school, even to university. I hope our government, God will give them money, and they have a lot of money to make sure that they equalize on this particular area. So before we close this program, we come to towards the end of this program, and I want Pastor to give us 1 minute of your parting shots, and kindly also give us your contacts, because I know that who are listening to you and they want to engage you further.
Thank you so much for...
And tell us when you are publishing your next book on parenting.
Thank you so much, our host. It has been a wonderful program, and I really want to encourage everybody to think about investing in your child, not investing for them. I still remind you that, because when you invest in them, you are making them to be good stewards.
Yes.
Stewardship is instilled, and when you instill stewardship in a small child, you grow up with that. There are people that we really give so much food to our children, and we always tell them, no, tell them, eat your portion. You can keep the rest in the fridge, it can be used for another day. That is what we really want people to understand, that you can even know what to keep for a rainy day. What you really need to do is to put wisdom in that child, to tell that child there is a future. And when you see me taking you to school, it's because of your future. When you see me coming to visit you when you are called by your teacher, it's for your future. So I really want to encourage everybody who will be watching this parenting program. All of us, we really need to work with our children. And I would like to tell you, maybe COVID came so that you can go back to your house and you bring up your child, because you had failed, you had left your child with your house manager, with your uncle. It is time you get this time when they're at home, this 1 year, don't be tired to be with them. Know them better, let them know your voice, let them know what you love. And for this 1 year, let me tell you, come next year, because technology is here to stay. Many academics will come, but we are ready to embrace technology to move on, because 2020 you come and go, but we have to remain there, and we have to embrace technology, but let us be so balanced and let us be involved. I always say this, there is a time you need to put off the Wi-Fi. When you are going to sleep, put off the Wi-Fi in your compound. Even if you have a CCTV camera, look for another way. But the house, you can just secure it until everybody will go to sleep.
God bless you. Thank you. Pastor?
I want to say that ICT is here to stay, and so it's just right for us to embrace it, be flexible, and also help these children to use it in the right way. They can read stories, they can make stories, they can sing songs, they can give stories, they can be recorded while cooking or playing, and doing all those manner of things, and that is going to help them to embrace ICT or to embrace technology in the right perspective. And this we will do by showing them and modeling the same so that they can also emulate. Thank you very much. I'm on 0706 226 335. 0706 226 335. Thank you.
So it's a pleasure having you in this particular program. God bless you so much. Until next time, shalom, shalom.